Where in your life could you allow your light to show you the path? Earth is simply going through a purification process. We are in this paradigm of where we need to know what's going to happen. We need security. We want reassurance. We want to prepare. We want to plan. All of that boils down to having control issues. Welcome to this Supermoon inner exploration. My name is Casey Christine, and Sovereign Temples is dedicated to humanity and to just putting out offerings that can assist those of us that are really in a prayer. We have an intention to really be on a path of goodness and of awakening and of service to humanity at this time. And man, what a time to be alive right here, right now, planet Earth, as our higher selves knew what they were saying yes to when those of us that identify as lightworkers, starseeds, to come to Earth at this time when there really is so much destruction and chaos happening right now. There are so many old paradigms that are crumbling. And, so many could easily say, hey man, Earth is going to, hell in a handbasket. But I am here to proclaim the good news that Earth is simply going through a purification process of all of her little seedlings, aka you and me and every single brother and sister on this planet right now, that is here for the school of Earth and awakening in consciousness and remembrance of who and what we are, which are children of the Most High. And we are going through a lot of initiations, a lot of collective and individual initiations, because there has been such a great prayer from so many to come back into right relations with all that is. And so during this supermoon, I want to invite you, where in your life could you allow your light to show you the path and to be on the path with you, but also what does your light need to blind right now? Because I can tell you what, if my light had not blinded a lot of my pre-sent moments, aka the future that we're creating in the present moment, right? Pre-sent, present. I probably wouldn't have said yes to a lot of the things on my path out of fear and doubt or overwhelmed, being really overwhelmed of how much my higher self was going to ask of me to be in service to my prayer. And what I have realized is I am so thankful for the blinding light of my higher self to where I cannot see what is ahead of me at times. That comforts me. I think we are in this paradigm of where we need to know what's going to happen. We need security. We want reassurance. We want to prepare. We want to plan. All of that boils down to having control issues. I don't know about you guys. If you have any control issues in your life, I am in a great prayer to surrender all of my control issues over to my higher self. So there's going to be an aspect to where we invoke our higher selves to yes in this supermoon energy, just to light the path ahead, to light the path ahead for us, but at the same time, to blind us with that light for anything that we are not ready to receive yet based on where we are in our current initiations, right? I know sometimes when we blast off and we can be in that quantum realm, and it's like when we're in it, oh my gosh, it's so yummy and so juicy. But then, when we're really embodied and being present to our masculine energy to carry out the task at hand that we witnessed in our inner world, it can be overwhelming. Check in with yourself, see if that's true for you. And also with this blinding light right now, there is so much that's happening in the collective, and there's so much division, and there's this illusion that someone outside of us, something outside of us has power and control over the divinity that is our higher self, that is emanating our bodies into form, right? And so that is a viral program that has been used in mass media, and it's blasted right now. Man, the division of left, right, wrong, and it's used to keep us disassociated. And that is why I'm also a big fan of syncing up our wisdom with the wisdom of lunar cycles and phases and the solar seasons, because they can be our great teachers and help us stay grounded and centered when we're in a certain cycle of light or dark, cold, hot. Man, nature's such a great teacher. But we're going to call upon this supermoon light to also blind any forces that we have been programmed into thinking could get us, or that are here to wrong us. I'm not saying that there is not danger in the world, but what I am saying is this illusion of fear that you could ever be placed in danger when you are letting your higher self lead the way and cast its light for you. It can blind anything of ill intent on this planet as we are moving through some Luciferian agendas that have been in the mass consciousness, where again much is being is coming to light so that it can be laid to rest. So that is the intention behind this supermoon exploration. So with all of that, let us come into our breath. Find a spot, if it can be with the moon. Oh my, I invite you to do that. But if not, simply come into a place where you will not be disturbed with your breath. And I encourage you also to get water. If you do not have water, maybe hit pause and grab you some purified water in a glass. I just took a sip of my water. Coming into your breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And just calling upon your imagination. Even if you are not one that vividly sees with your third eye, you have an imagination. And so many let their imagination be for worry and doubt and fear and all the what ifs from the viral mass programming, versus allowing our imagination to be a incredible friend of our higher selves that always know exactly what divine solutions can arise to any problem, exactly whatever the next step deserves to be. Just thinking about your imagination for a minute, I want to ask you, where does your imagination often take you? Does it take you to worry, or does it take you to wonder and awe and joy of possibilities and seeing your highest potential unfold even in the midst of a challenge? Or in the midst of a challenge, does it, get on a hamster wheel of all the things that could possibly go wrong? Wherever you are, it's perfect. Let's take a real big deep breath now. Out through the mouth. Asking my higher self to bless my tongue and to connect to all of those gathering to this offering. And I invite you now to invoke your higher self to bless your inner vision and your inner knowing, your inner wisdom, calling upon the higher selves of all who are gathering. Bless each individual with divine wisdom and inner knowing and faith that they can trust the clarity that is offered by their higher selves. Taking a moment to feel this pulsing beginning to make itself known to you in your body as you are building this connection with your higher self, calling upon Gaia to ground each one of us to receive the holy light and fire of our own higher selves, the aspect of divinity that is us, that chose this exact body, this exact lifetime, through our exact parents, through all of the exact challenges and initiations, for our soul's greatest expansion. Asking our higher selves to just bless us in this grace of remembrance right now, that we are exactly right where we are meant to be. Breathe into that, rest into that. You can trust your higher self. And calling upon the wisdom of Chandra, which is Sanskrit for lunar. Just seeing a full moon that is so bright, a supermoon, so big and so bright. Can't even see any stars. Almost looks like it's daytime because it's so bright, her illumination. She is illuminating the light from Surya, which is Sanskrit for sun. Just letting this illumination wash over you, through you. And remembering that you have a lunar and solar pathway within you. Just invoking our higher selves to make our human awareness known through all senses of the body, just feeling into the truth that we have divine feminine lunar pathway and a divine masculine solar pathway within us that can work in harmony, just as the supermoon is blasting the light of the solar sun. Working together, polar opposites to create a unified whole experience. And taking a deep breath, invoking all higher selves for those who are willing to receive a divine transmission from their own higher selves, to receive an illuminating light for their pathway and how safe it is to trust the pathway that is meant for them. They're currently on it, or if this light is directing them on it. And as this path is being offered to you, maybe it's very clear right now, maybe you are just receiving the transmission to see it in a divine time that is exactly perfect for you. Invoking our higher selves to also offer us a blinding light that blinds us to anything on this path that we are not yet ready to receive fully, and to trust that we do not need to know the whole path. Just how good does that feel? This blinding light around any aspects of the path that our human ego cannot receive yet. And to breathe into how safe it is to allow our higher selves to orchestrate this for us in divine time, and to not be as blinding when the time is right. Allowing any wisdom that is coming through. There's nothing you have to do with this wisdom, nothing to figure out. Just letting your higher self offer grace through a light transmission, through the power of your intention. Allowing this light now, anywhere that you have been fearing something outside of you, fearing that this side or that side or this group or that group could somehow have power over divinity, over the holy light and fire of your higher self that knows exactly how to guide you, how to offer you divine protection, how to offer you unlimited resources regardless of what the economy is doing. and seeing this super illumination just wrapping you from head to toe. And it is so bright, and setting the intention to blind any illusion of external dangers that could somehow overpower divinity. That is a viral program, seeing this light shining brighter than a supermoon from your higher self. That is blinding all viral programming in the mass consciousness. Seeing this light devouring any viral programming that you may have been playing that is still perfect, that was still part of the whole plan for your soul's greatest evolution, for stepping into more compassion for humanity, more understanding, more divine solutions. Seeing all this space being created, and taking a deep breath and accepting that any viral programming that we're still running is okay, but that we call out in this moment and invoke our higher selves to keep us on the path to dissolving all viral programming, all illusions, all programs of separation and fear, that we could somehow ever be at the mercy of anything other than our own sovereign divinity that offers nothing but mercy. Just taking a breath of acceptance, of accepting exactly where you are right now on your path. Accepting that nothing needs to change in order for you to offer yourself more compassion, to surrender into more faith, to be in acceptance that you are a child of the divine, that your human form is being organized from trillions of electrons, that your higher self is effortlessly organizing for it to experience itself in the world of form. Remembering that we are in this world, but are not of this world. We are in this dream, but when we awaken, we remember this is but a dream in consciousness, and that we are fast particles of light emanating from the holy black womb of nothing, of source, that is sustaining everything, that is the only one in control of anything. Taking a breath. That is who and what you have been looking for. The spaciousness all around you, the amniotic fluid of the divine essence, the breath. Each man's breath, each man's life is but a breath. This breath can always bring you back to remembrance. This breath has the power to offer you time and grace, invoking our higher selves to illuminate our paths with triggers to remind us to come back to our breath when we begin to forget. To come back to our breath when we notice our imagination getting off the path into worry versus staying on the path of faith and trust, and allowing our highest potential and divine solutions to come through, and gratitude for being in a body, for soul expansion regardless of the challenges. Higher selves, seed us right now with flashes of light to come online when we notice we are veering off of your path and getting onto a human ego mind trip path. Seed these flashes of light within our consciousness to get our human awareness through any of the senses of our body that you know we can easily feel into, to remember, oh yes, let me call upon my higher self. Let me call upon the blinding light of my higher self to assist me in this moment. Just seeing these seeds of light being woven into your consciousness, even though they may be dormant seeds, that they will flash and come online in the perfect moment for you. If that is your intention, know that it is done, it is done, it is done. Taking a breath with all these dormant seeds of light ready to come online. Breathing into faith and not needing to know, not needing to control. Just how good that feels, how spacious that feels, how light that feels. Because ultimately, you are a light body with supercomputer technology. It feels so good to feel lighter. Letting a smile come across your face. letting yourself just take 3 intentional deep breaths with the support that's all around you. As we give thanks to our higher selves, give thanks to Gaia, we give thanks to the sun and the moon, we give thanks to our Holy Mother and Holy Father for gifting us with this communion. If you feel so called, I invite you to journal about this and to know that water absorbs the frequency that we emit, and you just emitted a lot of light. So know that your water is vibing high, and gift yourself with water. All my love and light. Namaste.